So, hello guys, let's start with the ascending tract. So, this is the part one of the ascending tract video. Now, before going to the main thing, let's talk about some basics. So, this is our basics. So, focus here first. Now, you can easily find the spinal cord, and this point is our brain. Okay, I hope these structures are now clear to you. Now if we take a segment from this spinal cord and enlarge it, so we will end up with this kind of structure. Now in the central, we all know, has a gray matter which is known as butterfly shaped. Okay, and in lateral side we can find the white matter. So according to their locations, we name it differently. Dorsally present white matter is known as dorsal column. Again, laterally present this white matter we will say lateral column, and anteriorly present this white matter will be known as anterior column. But to be more specific, we say dorsal funiculi. So this two structure is known as dorsal funiculi. This lateral part and this lateral part is known as lateral funiculi, and this anterior to part is known as anterior funiculi. Now focus in the dorsal funiculi. You can see from dorsal funiculi, I have drawn some arrows which are going upward. So we can say these are all ascending or going up. If you focus in the lateral side, you will find they have two arrows going up and down, and in the anterior you can find arrows are going up and down. So what do we mean by up and down? So up is ascending tract, which means these are collecting the sensation from our body and transmitting those sensations to the brain. And what is the descending tract? So descending tract is basically coming from brain towards the spinal cord, and which has the motor action. Okay. So dorsal funiculi is pure because it has only ascending tracts, but it transmits the signal very fast because it is highly myelinated. Anterior and lateral funiculi is mixed because it has both ascending and descending tract, but it transmits the signal very slow because it is poorly myelinated. Hope it is clear. Now again, a little bit of anatomy. This is a segment of spinal cord. Now this portion is dorsal back, this portion is ventral front. Now here you can see a fibers like structure or axon are coming out from the spinal cord. In gross, you can easily appreciate this structure. So this structure is known as rootlets. Okay, rootlets. So according to the dorsal and ventral, we can say we have a dorsal rootlets and ventral rootlets, and these rootlets are pure because it has only one kind of sensation. Means dorsal always carry the sensory information, and ventral always carries the motor information. Now, the second part is root. So this rootlet will fuse and form this root. And again, we have a dorsal root and ventral root. And these roots will be pure because dorsal will only carry the sensory information and ventral will carry only the motor information. There is a specific structure in the root, especially the dorsal root, which is known as dorsal root ganglion. Okay, again, ganglion is what? Collection of cell bodies in peripheral nervous system. The next part is our spinal nerve. Okay, the spinal nerve, you can easily appreciate these things. The spinal nerve is coming from where we can say dorsal root and ventral root fuse together and form this spinal nerve. So we can say that spinal nerve is mixed because it carries both sensory and motor information. Now, this spinal nerve will bifurcate into two parts known as rami. So again, we have a dorsal rami excuse me, and we have ventral rami. So dorsal rami and ventral rami. So if you want to visualize, here is a cartoon, and just think this dorsal will innervates all the backside of your body, and this ventral rami will innervates all the anterior portion of the body or front of the body, and definitely it will be mixed. Now you can see focus first here. Now you see a sensory information is coming from your backside, so it will come like here, then here, but in the end of the day it has to come through the dorsal. So now it will come to the dorsal root, then you can easily see here is a ganglion. Okay, and this ganglion or this cell bodies actually has this process, and the second process will go from here and it will pass the signal somewhere in the spinal cord maybe, or directly towards the brain. Now again, focus here. From the ventral portion of your body, some sensory information may be coming. It will go like this. Again, it has to come to the dorsal root, and then it will passes from dorsal root and it can go to the next ganglion, maybe present in the spinal cord or maybe the brain. Okay, so hope this is clear. Now